I want to use this opportunity, John, first of all, to let everybody know that I've paid for the professional version of Twitter/X, which means I get access to Twitter's GPT. I don't know if you could, I guess, it's a large language model. So it's basically like Twitter's version of ChatGPT, which is called Grok.
Yeah.
And I've put in to Grok, has anyone had sex in space? Because this is the first thing.
Yeah.
And I've got Grok because it's an Elon project. It's a bit more fun and freewheeling than ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So you can actually set it to this beta mode, which is called fun. And so it speaks in a voice that's quite playful and irreverent. So I've said to it, has anyone had sex in space? And rather than it giving me a ChatGPT, it is important to note, which is the start of every ChatGPT
Giving
answer.
you like 5 paragraphs on consent before it answers the question. Yeah.
Exactly. It says, I said, has anyone had sex in space? And Grok has said, the age-old question of whether the final frontier has seen some, shall we say, intimate exploration based on the collective whispers of the internet and the rather tight-lipped responses from space agency. Here's the scoop. And then it says official stance, NASA and other space agencies are not very forthcoming. The challenges, imagine trying to do anything in zero gravity where even a sip of coffee turns into a floating disaster.
Plus
the rumor mill.
Added flatulence.
Exactly. You've got weak bone density and flatulence. Exactly. So you're just crumbling. You're just crumbling and farting the whole time, which is not the sexiest way to present.
It's not an aphrodisiac. Yeah.
The rumor mill, despite the official denials, space enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists have had a field day. I mean, here we go. There's talk of quiet times on the International Space Station. Astronauts.
Surely you would go. Surely you'd say, if you were up there and you're getting along with someone, you'd be like, "Come on, we got to do this." Like, how many people have done
this? It's not the Mile High Club.
Exactly.
It's the Interplanetary Oh So Extraordinary Club.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. This is I'm just doing the Carpenters the lyrics from the Carpenters. Calling on from interplanetary craft. And so if I was an astronaut, John, it'd be the first thing that I would do. I'd have all these tasks because I will have trained for years to be an astronaut. And I'm going to get up there with a sexy astronaut lady and I'll get on to the International Space Station. I would have been already using my Riz on the Starliner.
Totally.
I'll just be doing my eye contact, saying, what's been one of the highlights of your week, darling? And she's going to go, oh, this sexy astronaut. Can't wait to get on the space station with him. And then we get up, then we'd enter the International Space Station together. And then I'd go, and then NASA would go, astronaut Holland, report for first duty. And I'd go, nah. And then I'd just be, you wouldn't hear from me again for weeks.
just sowing your oats. I mean, people must have at the very least jerked off. Who was the first person to jerk off in space?
Yeah. And you have to be real careful about that as well.
Exactly. You'd be just getting globs of spunk floating around the ISS. I mean, did Neil and Buzz when they went to the moon? Buzz seems like the kind of guy who would have gone, I'm going to knock one out just to say that I did on the moon.
Also, because you go, well, if you're not going to let me go first, then this is what you get.
I've got to have a story to rival yours.